Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to do a video that I have not done in a very long time. Today we're going to be talking about wedding perfumes, and it's funny because I realized the reason that I don't do wedding perfume videos very often is because I'm really bad at picking out wedding perfumes. I didn't do a good job picking my own. I'm still salty about the perfume that I wore on my wedding. If I could go back and do it all over again, well, I'll tell you guys at the end of this video which perfume I would wear now if I could go back and do it all over again, because yeah, I would definitely do things very differently if I could go back. But I've got a little bit of everything here. I'm gonna kind of make recommendations on the type of wedding that it is. So say it's kind of like a glam evening wedding, I've got some picks for that. It's a beach wedding, I've got some picks for that. And then I've got some that are just, I think would just make a great wedding scent regardless of what kind of wedding it is. I've got, like, you know, if you're having a daytime wedding in a garden and you're gonna be wearing like a tea-length dress, I've got some scents that I think would make great scents for that. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right in. I'm gonna start though with fragrances that I think would just be amazing wedding perfumes on their own. These could work for any type of wedding, but you know, just for your kind of traditional wedding like what I had, where it starts at 6 o'clock in the evening and you know, goes into the night. So the first fragrance that I think would be an amazing wedding scent is this one here. This is Chloe. This is the EDT formulation, or no, this is the EDP formulation. I think that any formulation would work though. Anything from the EDP to the EDT to the Naturel to the Tangerine. Literally any formulation of Chloe would work. To me, this is the most quintessential, classic wedding rose ever. It's perfection. It's feminine and kind of slightly sweet. It's a little bit green. It's kind of a traditional smelling rose, but without smelling dated. It still smells very modern. It smells very classy. This is a fragrance that will age with you. Like, you're not gonna look back and be like, oh, I smelled so bad. No, because this is a classic fragrance and this is still gonna smell as amazing in 20 years as it did on your wedding yesterday. Like, it's just a perfect classic rose fragrance. It's also an absolute monster of a fragrance. You can do a few sprays of this and it's gonna get you through your entire event. You could spray this on before you even went and got hair and makeup done and you're still gonna smell amazing. It's still gonna be going strong, dancing on into the night. So it's perfect wedding scent. So that is the first one, that is Chloe. This next one is, I mean, I think that this one, it was marketed as a wedding scent. This is a 90s fragrance, but I think that it has stood the test of time. I think that it is still an amazing perfume and is a perfect wedding scent. That is Givenchy Amarige. This is a beautiful, sweet, kind of slightly peppered white floral. It's amazing. This fragrance came out in the 90s, but again, it has stood the test of time. It still smells amazing today, and I think it's still gonna smell amazing 20 years from now. It's perfect. I think it's a perfect wedding scent. It's another one that is a beast. It will not let you down. It will get you through your entire event. It's gorgeous, and there aren't very many fragrances on the market that smell like this anymore, so to me this would be a very unique one as well. And nobody would know that this is a fragrance from the 90s. If people smelled this on you, they would think that you just went out and bought, you know, a brand new beautiful perfume for your wedding. It's gorgeous. Again, it stood the test of time and it's a classic and it's amazing. So that is Amarige from Givenchy. This is a fragrance that, again, like the first two, is just a perfect wedding day fragrance, and it would be suitable for literally any wedding, any time of year. It's just gonna be perfect. This is a fragrance from Orlov, and this is just Orlov Paris. This is another stunning, sweet floral. It's very similar to a fragrance from Lanvin called Marry Me, which, I mean, that says it all. I think that one is marketed as a wedding fragrance, and it's very similar to this. So This is just a really high-end, really high-quality version of Lanvin Marry Me. It also smells very similar to Ex Nihilo Fleur Narcotique, which is another just gorgeous niche floral fragrance. It's perfect. It's a perfect floral, a perfect sweet floral. It's got a little bit of tuberose in it. It's modern smelling. It's another one that you're not gonna look back in 20 years and be like, ugh, that fragrance was awful. I don't know what I was thinking. No, this is gonna stand the test of time. It's gonna smell amazing. It's still gonna smell amazing in 20, 30 years. It's a classic, it's gorgeous. It's a perfect wedding scent. So if I had to do it all over again, I know what I would do. I know what I would wear now if I had to do it all over again, but this would definitely be a contender. It's amazing. So that is Orlov from Orlov Paris. Okay, another fragrance that I think would make an amazing wedding fragrance. I just have a little roll-on, oil roll-on of this. You can get this in a spray form or you can wear it in the oil. This is a fragrance from the Sage Lifestyle and this is called Moonstone. This is an absolutely stunning, warm, sweet gardenia fragrance. It's amazing. This is another one that I think would make an amazing scent for any wedding. If you're a gardenia lover, this is perfection. It is absolute perfection. It's warm, it's sweet, it's feminine and beautiful. And I think it would make an amazing wedding scent. It's strong, it lasts forever on. This is one of those perfumes that I can put it on once and I'm good for the entire day. It's fantastic. It would be particularly gorgeous for an outdoor wedding, but I could just see this being worn any time of day, any time of year, for any kind of a wedding. It's gorgeous. So that is the Sage Lifestyle Moonstone. This would make an amazing wedding scent for somebody who doesn't want to wear a floral. This is a fragrance from Liquid Imaginaire and this is called Blanche Bette. This is the most beautiful, yummy, musky, almond heliotrope fragrance. It's amazing. It's like a sweet, fluffy, musky almond. And when I say musky, I mean more of, it's not musky like a floral musky. It's more of like a strong kind of skin musk. It's amazing. It's very, very unique. So this one is kind of hard for me to explain because it's so unique, but it is a beautiful, if you're somebody who loves sweet fragrances, you don't want to wear anything floral, but you still want to stand out. You still want a perfume that's going to really project and that is going to really have this beautiful scent bubble, you know, for the entire event. This is going to get you through. It leans very gourmand. It's like a sweet, fluffy, I almost think of marshmallows when I smell this perfume, but it doesn't smell like a marshmallow. It's more of like a musky almond, like musky almond, vanilla, gourmand leaning, but still kind of skin-like. It's amazing. It's an absolutely incredible scent, and I think that it would just make an epic wedding scent. Seriously, for somebody that just doesn't love florals, it would just be an amazing wedding scent. And it's a beast, so it would perform really well and you're just gonna smell amazing. Anyways, that one is called Blanche Bette from Liquid Imaginaire. That would have been a contender for definitely for me. Well, probably not because I had an outdoor wedding, so. Okay, next this is a fragrance that I think would make an amazing wedding scent if you were getting married, if you were having a beach wedding. And this is a fragrance from Untamed. This is called My Greek Lover. Oh my gosh, this would be the most amazing wedding scent if you're having a beach wedding. Or if you're getting married at like a boat, like a yacht club, or you know, you're getting married near the ocean or the water. This is the most beautiful, fresh, clean, sweet, white floral. It's got some Greek mastic in it. Every time I talk about this perfume, the only thing that I can even slightly compare it to is Dior Pure Poison, but it's totally different. It doesn't really smell like Pure Poison. That's the only thing that I can compare it to, because Pure Poison is also this really beautiful, clean, warm, kind of sweet white floral. And that's what this is. It's a clean, warm, slightly sweet white floral, but this is incredibly unique and perfect. This smells incredibly special. It smells like it would just make a perfect wedding scent. I mean, perfect, especially if you were getting married near the water, but I could see this again at any wedding. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. It's an absolute beast. You would not have to worry about your perfume wearing off. That is for sure. This would get you through, I mean, the entire event, probably halfway into your honeymoon. It's so long lasting. It's amazing. So that is My Greek Lover from Untamed. Okay, so since we started talking about beach wedding fragrances, let's just continue on with those. This next one, I think if you were getting married literally on the beach, like you're walking down the aisle onto the beach in front of the ocean, I think this would make an amazing wedding scent. Partially because it's a beach fragrance and partially because it's something that I know would last and would perform really well for you, which is something that I really took into account when I was pulling these fragrances, because I would not want what happened to me to happen to anybody else, which is that you are basically not wearing any perfume on your wedding day because it wore off so quickly. So all of the fragrances that I pulled, these are all fragrances that perform amazingly and are gonna get you through the whole event. So the fragrance we're talking about is this one here. This is Mancera Holidays. This would make an amazing beach wedding scent. It's a beachy fragrance, but without being a literal beachy fragrance. It's not your typical beachy white floral. It does have some beachy white florals in it, but it's got this beautiful, sweet, light coconut. It's got a ton of vanilla in it. It's got some, I think it's like sea air, sea notes. So it does have some freshness in the top. As mine has aged, the vanilla has gotten much, much more prominent. Oh my gosh. It's so, so beautiful. So you get a ton of vanilla, a little bit of coconut, a little bit of like the sea notes, which is very, very mild, but just brings a freshness to everything and also keeps it from smelling like a ton of other beachy fragrances out there. And then you get the gorgeous beachy white florals, but it doesn't smell like suntan lotion at all. Everything is really smooth. It's blended beautifully. It's a stunning fragrance. I absolutely love this perfume and I think it would make an amazing beach wedding scent. And it would hang with you throughout the entire thing. Like, you would just smell incredible. So anyways, that is Mancera Holidays. And then for a beachy floral, I think that this perfume here, this is Issey Miyake L'Eau d'Issey Absolu. I think that this would make an amazing beachy wedding scent, especially if you were just getting married by the beach, but you were still getting married maybe in a building, like, you know, you were still getting married, not necessarily right on the beach, but you were gonna be near the beach. This is stunning. This is kind of an aquatic floral, but not really aquatic. I always think of it as being aquatic, but it's not really aquatic. It's this really beautiful, kind of syrupy, fresh, almost a little bit ambery. This one is almost a little bit ambery. This one is much more syrupy smelling than the original. It's beautiful. It's stunning. I think that this would make an amazing, this would make an amazing wedding day scent no matter where the wedding were, or no matter where the wedding was taking place. But I definitely feel like if you were getting married near the water, maybe at a yacht club, maybe at like a hotel on the water, you know, anywhere, or maybe even just like a lawn overlooking the water, this would be an amazing scent for that. You're not necessarily getting married right on the beach, but you're definitely like in the vicinity of water. I think this would be gorgeous because it does have this kind of slightly aquatic feel to it. It's beautiful. It's another one. It's a beast. It will last forever. This will get you through 8 to 10 hours. It's just stunning. So that is Issey Miyake L'Eau d'Issey Absolu. And again, all of these fragrances I feel like are perfumes that are going to stand the test of time. None of them are trendy. None of them are fragrances that I think in 20 years are gonna be like, ugh, I can't believe I wore any of those perfumes. Fragrances that I really feel like are gonna stand the test of time. Okay, let's talk about a couple of vanilla fragrances. These are fragrances that are for people that don't like florals, that don't really like anything super gourmand. You're really somebody that just kind of likes you know, kind of like a vanilla fragrance, and you do not wanna wear a floral. So the first perfume is this one here. This is Guerlain Cuir Beluga. I feel like this would be an amazing scent for any wedding, for any time. I don't know that it would make a really great fragrance if you were getting married on the beach. It could, but for me, this is more of like I'm getting married, you know, in a traditional church, or I'm getting married indoors. This would be a perfect fragrance. This is vanilla, and it's really beautiful, classic, soft, smooth, not overly sweet at all, just the slightest bit of sweetness. Vanilla, and then it's got this really beautiful, I think it's a suede note in the base. Very, very classy, classic. You're gonna smell expensive, really classy. And it's another one that is just absolutely gonna stand the test of time. It's not going to age in a weird way. It's not trendy. It's just beautiful. So this is for people that are just like, I don't wanna wear a floral, you know? I wanna wear something that smells just really beautiful and yummy, and that smells expensive and classy and smooth and beautiful. And this is definitely it. So that is Guerlain Cuir Beluga. And then the next one is also very similar. It's a fragrance, well, very similar to Cuir Beluga. This is Lalique Le Parfum. This is another really kind of classy, expensive smelling vanilla fragrance. This is not like a juvenile vanilla. It doesn't even really have any sweetness to it at all. Maybe just like the tiniest bit of sweetness. This has an Indian bay leaf note in it that gives it a really beautiful, slightly herbaceous quality. It's pretty light. To me, this would make an amazing wedding fragrance, especially if you are somebody that you just don't want to wear anything floral, but you want to smell refined and classy and unique and not like anybody else. Because nobody else is gonna smell like you. That is for sure. Nobody else is gonna be wearing this perfume. I just think it would make an amazing wedding scent, and yeah, especially for people that are just not into florals at all. So that is Lalique Le Parfum. Okay, this next one, this is the fragrance that if I were getting married, like in the middle of the day, some people get married at 11 o'clock in the afternoon in a tea garden, in a tea length dress, and it's that kind of an outdoor wedding. If that were gonna be the case, this is the fragrance that I would wear. This is a fragrance from Hermes, and this is called Un Jardin sur le Toit. And this is for my tea length dress wearing, getting married at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it's a garden wedding, and we're gonna serve tea cakes and finger sandwiches for the reception. This is the fragrance that I would wear. This is an absolutely stunning, watery, light green floral. This has got rose, it's got basil, it's got a green grass note in it. I think it's got a little bit of apple in the top. It is absolutely stunning. It's fresh and fun, and it's just beautiful. And it would make a perfect, when I thought about that kind of wedding, because I've definitely seen, you know, lots of weddings like that, this is the fragrance that if I were getting married in a garden setting at all, this is the fragrance that I would wear, because it would definitely fit that setting, but it's also a beast of a fragrance. It is something that you are only gonna have to spray on once, and it's gonna get you through the entire day. It's a beast. You're gonna get at least 7 or 8 hours out of this fragrance, and it is gorgeous. And I think it would be perfect for any kind of like a garden, you know, an outdoor kind of garden style wedding. Gorgeous. So that is Hermes Un Jardin sur le Toit. And then the last 3, these are all fragrances that I think make great wedding perfumes for people getting married later in the evening. They're doing more of like an evening glamorous style wedding. Back when I got married, it was the people that were doing the peacock themes. I have no idea what like a glam wedding would look like now, but these are fragrances that I think would make amazing like nighttime, super glam. All the guys are gonna be wearing tuxes. You know, the bride's gonna be in something really super glamorous and stunning. So the first fragrance that I definitely think would match that theme is Gallagher Rosé All Day. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. It's sweet and dense. It's rose, but it's a slightly gourmand leaning rose. It's got this beautiful brown sugar note in it. It's got a stainless steel note in the base, which thankfully I don't really get a lot of, but I do think that it tempers all of the sweetness, all of the sweet notes in this. This is stunning. This is a showstopper of a perfume, and I think that if you were getting married like in an evening wedding or like a glam wedding, oh my gosh, this would be a showstopper of a fragrance. It's absolutely stunning. It would definitely be an amazingly unique wedding fragrance. So that is the first one. That is Rosé All Day from Gallagher. The next one that I think would make an amazing evening wedding scent is this one here. This is Alexander McQueen Parfum. This is a beautiful, syrupy, sweet, kind of slightly dark tuberose fragrance. It's syrupy. It's got a little bit of a pepperiness to it. It's phenomenal. This is for somebody that still wants a floral, but you don't want a light floral because you're getting married in the dark, or you're getting married, you know, in the evening, or you're having a really glamorous wedding. So you don't want anything too light and too floral. You want something syrupy and dark and something that's gonna match the occasion. Oh my gosh, this would be perfect. This is like old Hollywood, because all of the old Hollywood actresses all wore, you know, they all wore tuberose. That would be another one. If you were having like an old Hollywood themed wedding, super glam, again, everybody's in tuxes and really beautiful like evening wear, this would be perfect. It would be an amazing wedding scent. So that is Alexander McQueen Parfum. And then the last one that I think would make an amazing glamorous evening wedding scent is this one here. This is Victoria Minya Hedonist. This is, oh my gosh, this is sweet, syrupy, boozy peach. That's exactly what it is. Sweet, syrupy, boozy peach. It's really dense. It's slightly gourmand leaning. It's amazing. It's another one that I could see if you're having like a really glamorous wedding and you want something a little bit heavier, you don't want a floral, you are somebody who tends to like more gourmand or slightly fruity fragrances, I think you would love this. Again, it's got that booziness to it too. Perfect. It would make an amazing, glamorous wedding scent. So that is Victoria Minya Hedonist. And if I had to do it all over again, if I had to pick a wedding perfume all over again, I think my pick would be Dream House Acurio White Rabbit. And the reason I would choose White Rabbit is because I got married at 6 o'clock in the evening at a beautiful old southern estate, and I got married outside in the garden, and it was an outdoor wedding for the most part, and it went on into the night. So I think, you know, we were there until like 9 or 10 o'clock that night, and this would have been the perfect fragrance for me. Number one, it's slightly vintage smelling. It's reminiscent of Amarige from Givenchy. It's a sweet, beautiful white floral, so it would have been perfect for the outdoor setting. It was so hot and humid that day, and this perfume would have just bloomed beautifully in that heat. But what I really love about this is as the sun went down and as it cooled off and as this perfume dried down, the florals would have started to subside to the background, and then it blooms into the most beautiful, slightly gourmand vanilla fragrance. It just would have been perfect. It would have been everything that I would have needed It is an absolute beast. It lasts forever, and it would have actually gotten me through the entire day. So yeah, it just would have been perfect, and it would have been my perfect scent. It's one that will stand the test of time. And yeah, I encourage anybody that is out there doing wedding planning and you're trying to pick out your wedding perfume, I absolutely would encourage you to smell this if you are into perfumes like this. To me, this would make an amazing wedding scent. Just perfect. This is probably what I would choose now. So anyways, that is Dream House Acuria White Rabbit. And that is gonna be it, guys. I hope that I came up with some unique picks that make sense. I'm not good at choosing wedding scents, but I do hope that this was helpful. I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.